Okay, good. Oh yeah, that would be so cool. It will be available to read in the library. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's why we're here today. We are at Willow Falls and we're unveiling the brand new library, which we're outside of it. But if you have super magical powers that the bog stench bestows upon you, you can look through the wall or peer through the glass windows and you can see the library behind me. It's beautiful in there. I love it. It's going to have story times, a space for learning, and community connection. And we're unveiling it today.
Mm-hmm.
We have not one. Yeah, it's open to the public. So no fret. You can come here. Why not? It's open for everybody. You don't got to be a resident at Willow Falls. I know, right? We need more libraries. More spaces and places to get lost in a book. Oh yeah. And bring your babies and bring your friends. Good question. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's little Kaylee. Kaylee, pick up your shirt. I'm just gonna tell everybody when they land. Pick up your get your shirt from Bexley. Oh, let's see how we want to kick this off. I think something about a fairy. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to know how to catch one of these in all this lush garden. But oh yes, we're here. We're here not for an hour, but for 2 hours. So settle in, maybe get some cocoa, some snacks. If you have really cool headset that you can disconnect, you can take me to your kitchen. Don't worry, I'll be here. Microwave something. It'll crackle, but it'll be all right. We're gonna start with how to catch a garden fairy. Now, if you know anything about these authors, Alice Walstead and Andy Elkerton, they make so many how to catch. They got like how to catch an Easter bunny, how to catch a leprechaun, how to catch a dinosaur. I think I read that just a couple weeks ago. And now we're going to learn how to catch a garden fairy. Last time we read a book by them, they were not super successful in catching a dinosaur. So I'm not sure how good the information is on catching something, but we're going to find out together. You ready? All right. I'm going to take that as a yes. Yes! Oh, I'm so glad to be back home. This is my favorite place to be. The Willow Falls Library. It is more filled with magic than anywhere else on the land or the air or the sea, supposedly. Who's at the door? Are there people? With one human touch, poof! I disappear. How on earth did they find my garden here? I think I'll stay out of sight until all clear. See the little fairy up there? Oh my goodness, it's children! They'll explore this place high and low. I've seen them. They climb walls. I wonder if these kids are gentle. I bet that my tooth fairy friend will know. Bexley, I believe it. Do they know that I can grant wishes? Or that a new fairy is born when they giggle? That's a lot of fairies. Will they be jealous that I have a pet unicorn? Hmm. Do they know that when I burp, my ears wiggle? Oh, look! A new little tea party! Hey, that wasn't there before. I mean, I did just eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 cookies, though. Right now, I don't think I want any more. I'm a little full up on my cookie intake. Almost time to go see the butterflies. On their first big day, I teach them to fly. A big change from crawling on leaves. They're like flowers high in the sky. Yeah, same. Especially if it's those sugar cookies from the Wally world. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
We're no longer good. Oh, good! The zebras are here! I wish for colorful stripes. Happy to do that for them. I like colors, and I like stripes. I like all types. We got blue, orange, red, green. Oh, that's cute. Now to polish the petals and dust off the stems. The shine will be so bright, flowers will gleam like gems. I want that little pool. Due for lunch with the mermaid, and I'm running quite late. She'll go back underwater, and for me, that's not so great. Almost time to walk my unicorn. She must need to go by now. She's trying to take all of her toys. That's something I just really can't allow. And I think all the parents here know what that's like. We're trying to leave out the door, and the shoes are not on. Everybody's grabbing handfuls of toys. We already have some in the car and in car seats. No go. We gotta bring more. Mm-hmm. Hi, Courtney. Welcome in. Grooming the peacocks and the parakeets and my sweet little finch. When I comb their feathers, they don't even flinch. Ooh, fancy fairy spa. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. Uh, but that bed is more for the birds. Wow, they made a mess of things here. And now I hear the zebra herds. What a nice house that those kids have built. Looks like it even had a bird spa for them. Huh, hold on a second. Was that for me? Oh my gosh, they're so sweet. Aww. Those kids are great. I hope they had fun. And they got to explore, play, and roam. But it is getting dark, and the day is done. I'll send my friends to help see them home. Now that they're going, I'll miss them. I heard their laughter throughout the day. I hope they find their way back sometime. And just maybe next time, they'll stay. The end of How to Catch a Garden Fairy. I I don't think we caught the fairy, but I think that's nice that the fairy welcomed them into their space. That's like the second book where they were unsuccessful in catching the whole. Ay, ay, ay. Welcome in, everybody. Don't forget to grab your free Storytime Froggo Doggo shirt that Bexley has made. It is to my right, your left. It's to the side that the books are not on. What side that is, I'm not confident anymore, but it's over there. I might do a little arrow. Baby Saya, welcome in. You're, that's a lot for somebody with dyslexia, okay? It's forever changing, and I'm not sure where it is. Or as I keep saying to my child, that's a big word for Elmo. Welcome in. For those just coming in, welcome to Willow Falls Library. We are unveiling the grand opening today, and as I have reminded everybody, I'm a magical frog, so the bog stench that just wafts off me is giving you all magical powers in this moment. You can use them to cam through the wall or the window and look at the library that's directly behind me in the bookshelf here on the outside. It's beautiful. It's open to the public. You do not need to be a resident here, though, maybe you want to live down the street from the library. Who knows? Maybe you want to ride your tricycle and actually rent it out. I don't know. But it's open to the community, and that community is everyone, not just those here living. It's for community connections, stories, and learning. And we're doing that just today, right now. Thank you all for joining me. As I was saying earlier, Bexley made this really sweet t-shirt and also made a book for me, which I will be reading in a few minutes. I'm really excited because I don't know what it says and I'm looking forward to it. And it's really cute. I like the art. You know, I don't know about you, but I'm a 90s baby, right? So I feel like there's no better way to unveil a library than to kick it off with a little bit of corduroy. A little bit of corduroy. Really? Yes. I don't know about you. Okay, this is the red copy. And I know that there are different variant covers for certain books. Right, okay. There was a blue one. It was short and long, and my library used to have it. Funny, funny, my library had it. And it had an actual little feelable patch of corduroy on the bear's overalls on the front cover. 90s baby crumbles to dust. What? Are you saying that because I'm from the 1900s? I saw that recently in a meme. Oh. Well, pish posh bagosh. We don't know. You're a baby. Welcome back, Tyler.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. And we will view you as a baby. He brought an arrow out for the shirt. Oh, heck yeah. I love it. And it's a rainbow. That is so cool. Thank you, Tyler. That's a good arrow, I agree. Now I can just be like, look for the flashing. Ah, appreciate you. Well, we're tapping into corduroy. We'll just pretend that we can feel the little teddy bear overall on the front cover. But if you have a stuffy that feels like that, pop it on. You know? I have one, but it's in the other room, so I'll just pretend it's with me right now. Yeah, yeah. Stories and Picture by Don Freeman. Throwback to the corduroy. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small little bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't really look new. I mean, he's lost a button and one of his shoulder straps is ripped." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I had lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." Later that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost little button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator and up, up, up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. Yeah. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs, lamps and sofas, and rows of beds. Whoa, this must be a palace, Corduroy gasped. I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace. He wandered around admiring the furniture. Oh, this must be a bed. I've always wanted to take a little nap, fall a little bit of a sleep in a bed. And up he crawled onto the large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and brown. Ah, why here's my button, he cried, and he tried to pick it up. Ugh! Ugh! But, like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down really tight. He yanked and pulled. with both his paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy fell. Bang! Toppling onto a tall floor lamp, and it fell over with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going through his rounds on the floor above when he heard the crash and came dashing down the escalator. Now, who in the world did that? He exclaimed. Somebody must be hiding around here. He flashed his lights under and over the sofas and the beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw two little brown fuzzy ears sticking out from under the cover. Hello, he said. Well, how did you get upstairs? The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customer came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl who'd seen him just the day before. I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've had in my piggy bank, and my mommy said I could bring you home. Shall I put him in a box for you? The saleslady asked. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair, a chest of drawers, and along this a girl-sized bed stood, just like the right size for him. The room was really small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. This must be home, he said. I know I've always wanted a home. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like you just the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. The end of our OG throwback, Corduroy. I know, that's a good one. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Story Time with me, Miss Red, here at Willow Falls Library. If you need it, there's an arrow. It was blinking. There it goes. It's a free t-shirt from Bexley. It's got a little froggy on it, and it fits Toddly-Doo, Lullabeeb, Tweeny-Doo, and Youth. The 4 food groups. Like from the candy canes. We have sugar cane, sugar syrup, and I can't remember what the other one was. But for me, it would be chocolate. Oh, if you could, Benny, you drop Skittles everywhere, so I guess yours would be Skittles. I was going to say, if you could have a 4 main food group, candy corn, candy. What? Sugar and syrup. Yeah, something like that. Like when he puts the Pop-Tarts in the spaghetti. Candy, corn, sugar, and syrup. Thank you, comma. Yeah. And for me, it would be chocolate, dark chocolate, cookie dough, back to chocolate, because that is the 4 main food groups. Although, if we're talking savory foods, that's completely different. Somebody out there, do you have a 4 main food group? What would make up you? If we had a little essence circle, like what would we need to feed it for you to resurrect from that? For comma, it's pumpkin spice, and we've tried this. Tested, true theory. It's a thing. Peanut butter and chocolate. Oh, delightful. So Reese's peanut butter kind of kid. For me, it's that's adorable. Pizza, hibachi, and pumpkin spice. Pixie sticks. Yes, all flavors. They're all on the table. Pickles? Chocolate, cheese, fruits like strawberries and oranges. Ooh, I never even considered a fruit. Strawberries are the bomb. I'm also a big grapefruit fan. Hey, Brams, welcome in. Tell us, Benny, we must know. Is Pizza Man involved? Is Skittles involved? Chicken nuggets, pizzas, candies, and french fries. Wow, okay. Guess they're, yeah. Welcome in. You'll see this giant flickering rainbow arrow. That'll get you a free t-shirt. Don't forget to get your free shirt. One of a kind shirtaroni from Bexley. Not to be mistaken with any other Bexley, because it's the only Bexley I know. Mm-hmm. Where's the shirt? Oh, that's a great question. You see that blinking air? If you're looking at Benny, it's like right in front of Benny. It's see it? The air. I don't know why this is so hard for me, because I keep looking at myself. You're welcome. I'm glad you figured it out, Courtney, because I was of no help. To the left. Thank you. I keep holding up. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm like, Mr. Tyler, put the sign out, guys. To prevent this. You know what? Corduroy reminded me of another friendship book that I really like. I don't know if anybody has heard it before. It's I'll Be Your Friend, Smudge. I know, right? Trust me, Courtney. I'm with you. Oh my gosh! It's the little hugging. How do you say it? Is it �𝐢𝐥𝐥𝐬? I don't want to say it wrong. Welcome in. I haven't seen you since Sugar's. Oh, the butterfly event in. Oh gosh, that was like November last year. Don't forget to get your free shirt. Yeah, pay up, hug tax. Exactly. Big hugs. We are getting ready to read I'll Be Your Friend, Smudge by Miriam Moss and Lynn Chapman. If you never know about Smudge, Smudge learns that making new friends isn't as difficult as she thinks it might be. Kinda like Corduroy. Okay. Sorry, my pepperoni was chatting me up. My real one. She had a lot to say. Bark, 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 and we had to talk. Right. I'll be your friend, Smudge. Smudge yawned herself awake in her new room in her house, and Stripe poked his head around the door. How many days till my birthday? Asked Smudge. One less than yesterday, replied Stripe, as he did every morning. Suddenly, Smudge sat up. Then it's today, she cried, jumping out of bed. Happy birthday! Smiled Stripe, handing Smudge her present. It was a beautiful box of paints. Downstairs, Smudge painted while Stripe cooked a delicious birthday breakfast. Suddenly, Smudge put down her brush, looking worried. Oh no! Who will come to my party? She asked. I don't know anybody who lives around here. Well, you'll make some friends soon, said Stripe. But we could have a special party this year, just you and me. Smudge tried to look pleased, and quickly Stripe added, perhaps, we could build a tree house to have it in. Smudge's face lit up. All morning long, Smudge and Stripe worked hard. Smudge drew plans of the tree house while Stripe sawed and hammered. And by the afternoon, the house was built. Stripe went to find a rug for the floor. Smudge sat in the treehouse waiting for Stripe to return. However hard she tried, she couldn't help feeling sad that she had no friends to play with her on her birthday. A tear spilled to the ground. Splosh! Then another splosh, then another splosh, splosh. Suddenly, something moved below. Well, bother me, it's raining, said a voice. Smudge peered down. Two bright eyes stared back. Hello, I'm Hare. Climbed quickly up the ladder. And who are you? Um, I'm Smudge, replied Smudge. What a lovely tree house, remarked Hare. Is it yours? Yeah, it is. Just built today, brand new, wood still set in. Smudge said, wiping her eyes. Hare looked at her more closely. Oh, okay. Well, why are you crying? He asked. Well, I've just moved house, right? And it's my birthday, and I haven't got any friends to come to, my birthday party, Smudge said, all in a rush. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be your friend, said Hare. And I've got some other friends that I think that you'd like. You should meet them. Come on. Hello, Stripe. This is Hare, and he's going to be my friend. And he's got some other friends that I can now have too. So we're going to go find them in my boat, asked Smudge. Okay. Yeah, of course, smiled Stripe. Why don't you ask them to come and play in your new treehouse? As they rode off, Hare spotted Goose. Upside down as usual, remarked Hare. Hey, Goose, turn downside up. Goose popped up, her mouth full of riverweed. This is Smudge, said Hare. Hello, Fudge, said Goose. No, Smudge, not Fudge, corrected Hare. And it's her birthday. She's got this really nice boat and a really cool treehouse, and we're all going to go back there and play. Come on. Goose followed Smudge, not Fudge, and Hare. Goose, have you happened to see Mole at all? Hare called, but before she could answer, a nose appeared from an earthly volcano on the bank. Oh, look, there he is, Hare cried. Who's that? Asked Mole, blinking in the light. Hello, it's me, called Hare. And Goose, and this is Smudge. It's her birthday, and this is her boat, and she's got a treehouse, and we're all going to go back there to play. Oh, hello, Smudge, said Mole. Oh, and happy birthday. Climb in, Mole, said Hare. Oh, no, said Mole. I'm afraid the boat is far too wobbly for me. Don't worry, said Hare. You can sit between us. It's still gonna wobble, Hare, worried Mole. I promise it will hardly wobble at all, insisted Hare. At last, Mole was persuaded to climb on in the boat, and with his new friends they set off for the treehouse. Race you down river, Goose shouted at Hare. They had almost reached the bank when thunk! Goose bumped into the boat, and the three friends flew backwards. Ha ha! You're all downside up, Goose remarked. Oh, Goose, laughed Hare. You forgot to slow down. Poor Mole was a-wobbling like jelly. Are you all right, Mole? Asked Smudge, offering him a hand. I think so, said Mole, pushing his glasses back on. But when he saw the treehouse, Mole felt much better. Inside the treehouse, Stripe had laid out a delicious tea. There was even a birthday cake in the shape of a paint palette box. The new friends sang happy birthday to Smudge, ate their tea, and played games until it was nearly dark. That night, Stripe tucked a very happy Smudge into bed. Well, did you have a nice day with your new friends? Asked Stripe. There was no answer. Smudge was fast asleep. The end of I'll Be Your Friend, Smudge. Yay! That's the power of friendship. And also Pine Sol, if you remember that commercial growing up. Let's see. I feel like right at halftime we'll read the book that Bexley made for us. We should pick... Oh, well, we're in the spring. Oh wow, I made this big. Hopefully you can see it. It's the same size as the chair. Cute. It's funny because I have this book in real life and I took the pictures to bring it in. And this book is tiny IRL. Think like the length of a palm, maybe a little shorter. So to make it this big in SL is kind of comical. So cute. Little tiny flimsy yellow book. It says, I hope you're up to your ears in Easter fun in your hoppiest springtime under the sun. Which, technically, Nuggets is doing Easter pictures, so it's a perfect time to read this. How Springtime Came to Easterville by Gail Mahan Peterson. On a morning so cold that even the sun didn't want to get up that day, the alarm clock rang in the Easter Bunny's burrow. It was a special alarm clock. It told the time of the year as well as the time of the day. When the bunny heard it ringing, oh, he couldn't believe his long floppy ears. Impossible, he cried, huddling under his blanket and puffing some warmth into his paws. Exactly. It's so cold. It's so dark. How can it be 2 weeks till Easter? There's no way. I know. I know. And Easter is April 5th, which is in like it's like 2 weeks. So, just in time. Yeah. It's your birthday. Well, happy Easter-roni birthday. You'll have to get some little ears. Who knows? Maybe you'll turn into a bunny for your birthday and you'll have a little bunny snoot. Or you'll crave carrots. The Easter bunny sighed. And yet, my trusty alarm has never failed me. So I better get a wiggle on. He climbed out of bed, bundled up in his bathrobe, and warmed some milk for hot cocoa. As he bustled about, he sang himself a song. Oh, 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 spring is here, and Easter too, and Easterville has lots to do. Singing wasn't very easy for him. He had a little bit of a tickle in his throat, and to tell you the truth, he really didn't feel much like singing. Even so, he did try again. Oh, 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 when spring is here, and Easter too, I'm supposed to spread joy, so that's what I'll do. Yeah. After one good stretch, and two, not one, sips of cocoa, the Easter bunny hopped right to it. But the very moment he stepped outside, a chilly gust of wind nearly blew him right back. Ah! What a lovely spring breeze we have here, the bunny sang out. The wind, surprised by such a compliment, suddenly turned warmer, and the Easter bunny, still singing, hopped away over the icy ground toward town. And over the meadow, and through the woods, the forest and the farmland went a song of bright spring morning. Spring is here, in hollow and hill. It's Easter time in Easterville. Easter bunny passed Lavinia Hopper's house, and inside Miss Hopper was putting hot soup onto her children's lunch pails. Not onto, for school. As she worked, she grumbled. Another day to turn us blue. When will winter ever be through? Then Mrs. Hopper heard the Easter bunny's song of a bright spring morning. Spring? Easter? Really? Mrs. Hopper hurried her children off to their rooms to change out of their warm winter woolies and into flowery shirts and dresses. Well, we'll be cold, Mummy, they cried. Nonsense, children, it's spring now. Let thoughts of Easter warm you both today, okay? She sent them off to school with egg salad Sammys in their lunch pails instead of soup. Then, as she closed the door, Lavinia Hopper tied on an apron and started spring cleaning, singing as she scrubbed and scoured. Outside her frosty window, an ice-coated oak tree watched her hang up fresh white curtains. And deep in the roots of the tree, they thought, well, it must be spring. He shook the ice off every limb and started green buds a-blooming. Sometimes. Snow time's over today. Yes, sirree. Just smile, every bunny, and it's spring for sure. Singing, the Easter Bunny passed the home of Wilbur Whitetail. Wilbur was piling up firewood and mumbling, "We'll chop down the forest, every last one, before this winter is over and done with." Wilbur Whitetail was clearly no woodcutter. He was covered with bandages. Wilbur was actually a painter, but his buckets and brushes were piled in a corner. "Nobody wants a house painted in the winter, and I don't want to paint a house in the wintertime neither. It's cold out here." Then Wilbur Whitetail heard the Easter Bunny's song of spring. A springy morning. "Spring!" cried Wilbur. "Why, I've got to get to work." He jumped into his snappiest of overalls, mixed up some paints, and set right to work on his own house first. High on the ladder, Wilbur whistled his favorite tune as he painted his house, so springy pink that the sun came out just to see it. Then out came the birds, keeping warm in Wilbur's chimney, and as Wilbur whistled, they chirped along with him. "Snow time's over, spring is here, bustling bunnies, Easter is near." Singing, the Easter Bunny ran down paths and leaped fences and streams on the way to the heart of town. He passed the home of Myra Thumpstump. She was knitting for her 302 grandchildren. As she knitted, she sighed. "Winter chores go on and on. When will winter ever be gone?" She wasn't very good at knitting. There were more holes in her caps and sweaters than bunnies need for ears and paws and, well, as you can imagine, even noses. For Myra Thumpstump was a gardener at heart. Oh, how she longed to see her flowers come up. Then Mrs. Thumpstump heard it, the Easter Bunny's happy song. "Spring?" she cried. "Easter? Oh, and me without my spade!" She tossed her knitting aside, snatched up her gardening tools, and started digging up the icy earth in her yard. To the hard ground, each poke felt like a good back rub after sleeping for far too long. Must be spring, thought the earth. Well, I must have slept in too late. Then the earth felt warm of sunshine and set Myra's seeds to growing. That's how it was through the countryside, all around Easterville, wherever the Easter Bunny passed by singing. When at last he arrived in town and blew the whistle at the egg factory, every bunny rushed to work, wearing the fanciest spring costume and the widest, most wonderful smiles. And all about them, trees and flowers, fields and streams, sparkled in the sunshine of a spring come late, but come at last. "Now let's get those Easter eggs rolling," called out the Easter Bunny. They all went to work, just in time, as spring had come to Easterville. The end of how springtime came to Easterville. Welcome in, everybody. You see what I did there? There is a flashing rainbow arrow to the left of me, as I've remembered and committed to memory now, of a free t-shirt that Bexley has made for story time here with me today. Yay! At Willow Falls Library Grand Opening. Yep, don't forget to get your shirt. It fits Toddly Doo, Lulubeeb, Tweeny Doo, and Youth Bodies. Yay! I know, right? Covering all the bases there, really. Yep. We're coming up. We're getting closer to halftime, but we're not quite there yet. But when we are, we're going to read a special book that Bexley wrote for us. I'm really excited. I love that. Appreciate that, Bexley. Now, where are them grown-up shirts at? No, I'm kidding. I'm just pulling your baby leg. Yeah, okay. You know what? That's valid. As somebody who had purchased like a female t-shirt pack, it's rough out here for a t-shirt street. It is very rough. I feel like, oh, let's see. We're doing spring. Okay, well, let's read this book that's perpetually on Fulbright. The AO. Mm-hmm. That's true, Benny. Springing forward. I don't think. I think we are springing forward. Yeah. Didn't we lose an hour of sleep? That checks out. By Rebecca Weis. That's like a grocery store, and I don't remember how to say it. Weis. Rebecca Weis. In the winter dark and gray, how I long for a sunny May. With its blooming flowers and birds that fly through billowy clouds and azure skies. Spring forward, you'll hear me say. Spring forward and into May. We ain't even hit April yet, but just go with it. When the birds of all colors and clouds of white play hide and seek with my flying kite. Brr, it's so cold in the winter. I can't wait until I can play outside again in the warm spring air. Buds so tiny form on trees, soon turn to verdant leaves. Lovely blossoms abound in pink and white. In summer, the cherries taste just right. That leads us back to our fruit. We know Ollie likes strawberries and oranges. I'm a strawberry grapefruit kind of person. What about you? If spring is coming, what is yours? You're like, oh, I got to put this in my grocery cart order right now. Cherries? You pretty much will eat all fruit. That's true. You're adventurous like that. Asparagus? Hold up, Ella. I gotta go to the Slugel. Asparagus is a vegetable, so according to Slugel. Yeah. hmm Mushy food. Okay, good, good. You know, they make a mean. The Slurber baby makes a mean plum mush fruit. That's delightful. Oh, in spring when it's local. Okay, that's fair. hmm That was my jam. I guess it could be considered a jam. I like that. All right, we got a good assortment of fruits and veggies. Spring forward, you'll hear me say, and spring forward into April, May, when the birds of all the colors and the clouds of white play hide and seek with my flying kite. Birds of all the colors and the clouds of white play hide and go seek with my flying kite. The end of Spring Forward by Rebecca Weis. Covering all our bases on how to say her name. Whoa, okay, Kama said blueberries, nanners, kiwis, clementines, grapes, raspberries, watermelons, mangoes, oh, papaya, and dragon fruit. Oh, you're fancy. Now, these are your eating list. You'd eat those, or you're just naming fruits? I'm just trying to understand. Oh yeah, one of those is safe for a dog. I can't remember. Cantaloupe or honeydew, one of them. You're making Bexley hungry. Next, we'll have to do a what do you call it? Potluck at the library. hmm Oh, let's see. Let's read one we got from an SL author. Doo-doo-doo. This is from Little Bun Publishing, and it's made by Emmy Evelyn Vidar. They have a store in SL called Little Bun, and they write and illustrate books. Pretty cute. You're going to have to put your zoom in glasses because this is as big as it gets. Look at that little bunny. Precious. The Bun and the Bee, an original book by Little Bun Publishing. One sunny day, a little bunny was looking for a tasty snack. But there was a bee in the flower that she was about to bite into. Oh, hey! The bee yells angrily. You almost ate me! What gives, man? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were in there. The little bun apologizes. These flowers, they just look so tasty, you know? Says the bee. I forgive you. I mean, I know where the most delicious clovers go, so. The bee flies off. The little bun thinks for a moment. Knows where the most delicious clovers grow. I'll follow. And the little bun then follows after the bee. The bee leads the little bun across the field. The fence is lined with flowers, and the birds are singing in all the trees. The little bun loves hopping and running and talking with her new bee friend. The bee tells really good stories. They're a buzz, if you think about it. Finally, they reach the field of clover. Wow! The little bun is so excited, and the two friends enjoy their snack. The little bun's favorite part were all the delicious flowers sprinkled about the field. But soon the sky begins to turn more pink and orange and less blue. We'd better head home, says the bee. So the little bun and the bee raced each other back all through the flower-filled fields. The bee buzzes past. The little bun hops fast. They run past the fields behind the nearby farm. The sky grows darker as the forest comes into view. Soon they would be home and ready to rest for the night. When the sun is set, the stars come out. Good night, little bee, the little bun wishes her friend. The bee goes back to its hive, and the little bun runs into her burrow. Good night, little bun, the mother says. The little bun tells her mother all about her adventures as they cuddle up to go to sleep. And the end of the bun and the little bee. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Hungry for what? Honey or clovers? And sleepy? Well, I guess you're allowed to have eye closure here at Storytime. You could think about it like an ASMR. You just don't know what's going to come next. Will it be loud? Will it be soft? I don't even know. Snack! We need that. We need that. Oh man, where's that gesture? Ah! Yes. Yeah, that's. I have one that's like, baby. Here we go. Yeah.
Baby needs snack.
Baby needs snack. Bananas, strawberries, and avocado. It's an avocado. And they are a fruit. I'm gonna have to go to Sloogle again. They are avocado, fruit or veggie. Botanically, avocados are fruits. However, culinarily, they are often used as vegetables. Heh. Wiggles eyebrow. Just like tomatoes, you got it. Rhioma. That's a cool, very unique name. I hope I'm saying it right. Oh, I saw somebody open that book. I guess that's the one we're reading next. Bexley. You did? Heck yeah. That's good. I have an interesting name in real life, and I strive to get SL names right because of that. Because I know what it feels like when somebody's sitting there calling it wrong, and you're like, okay, it hurts. It's chipping away at my life force. Thank you. Some fruits have been classified as veggies due to taxes. Well, we're babies. We don't have to worry about that. And I said we, so all the parents are included in that. All the caregivers. I'm a baby now. What's that? I'm a baby, gotta love me. Was that from the dinosaurs movie? When I whacked him with the frying pan? Okay. Not the mama, yeah. Pineapples were used as prized decorative centerpieces. Oh, wow. Well, that's like charcuterie boards. Okay. We're cracking into this one-of-a-kind book now. Here's the tea on this, right? Get close. I don't know what this book says. It could be like a monster at the end of the book. It could read like the book with no pictures. I have no clue what to expect. It could make us say the craziest stuff. This is the one that Bexley made for me, honey. It's super custom, one of a kind, not for sale, unfortunately, sorry. But they will be releasing books in the future that are for everybody. It's been vetted. Okay. Well, mom says so. That's like law. Welcome in, Huntsy. Macy. Okay. The secret storyteller of Willow Falls, who's reading in the super secret storyteller section called Beside the Library. Oh my gosh, what a cute name, Renly. God, everybody's so unique, and I love that. Sometimes I think I'm going to change my name, and then I'm like, no, I can't. I've literally had this name since I made my account, but I want to, but I don't at the same time. Maybe I'll just wear a little titler with my name of the day. Then I'll have to commit. That's terrible. Geez. I did it once. When was that? Last June for Relay for Life, Team Nuggets. And when we, at the very end, all put some dinosaur-related name in our names. And that was the first time I'd ever changed my name since I married Mr. Kama, which was in 2013. So I have had the same name since 2013. �𝐢𝐥𝐥𝐬. I'm sorry for my pauses. I'm very sneezy bobeezy, so I'm catching myself before I sneeze. Long time ago. Thank you. Long time ago feels just like yesterday. I know, right? Now, this book says it was written by Juniper Locklyn. Scratch that. It was written by Bexley Bexley Locklyn. Okay? Okay. New name. Bexley Bexley. That's what I would name you in Discord. I'd like rename it to that. I don't know what it is. I do that a lot, like Ollie Bo Bali. So it's just I don't Sickly Bo Bickley when I'm unwell. That's exactly why I'm saying it like that, comma, because every time I read it, it's giving me breakfast vibes. I'm glad you picked up on that. You always forget. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me lower this giant book real quick. Let me just.
Every time I go to Cammy and look at you, I'm like, her head. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
she's a frog.
Big.
Every
Massive.
time.
But if you look in, I'll give you permission, right? That's the bog frog stench magic. If you look up inside my noodle, my dome piece here, I got a little brain. And that's why it's really hard, kids, to tell your left from your right. Smooth brain. No ridges or lumps, or valleys or bumps. That's why. It's all that magic. You got to replace it for something. You know, you got to do a deal with the people in the forest. And sometimes you just deal them your brain ridges, I guess. Okay. Right. So we're at the super secret storyteller section on the side of the Willow Falls Library that's officially opening as of right now. With the author themselves, Bexley Locklyn. No other middle name than Bo. For the secret storyteller of Willow Falls. Wow! A dedicated adventure for tiny tots. Oh, that's cool. Dedicated to Miss Red and all the little adventurers. Look at that picture! Oh, we have the coolest feet. Oh my gosh. Who's this little mouse with the beanie? I love it. Ooh, it's like a comic book. It's like a graphic novel. Ooh. Okay. All right. I'll focus. The Willow Falls Library was a beautiful place. The tall willow trees outside had branches that dipped into the stream like fishing lines, and inside the shelves were packed with books that smelled of old paper and new adventures. But something was missing. The biography section was a bit too quiet. The picture book corner had no one to wiggle, giggle, and bounce in. The librarians were busy with the mysterious project that involved shiny brass buttons and large fuzzy blankets. Mia, Liam, and Luna were searching for the magic that the library seemed to be missing. One was looking in the book returns, the other peering at a very large dictionary, and the third was trailing little star crumbs under the coffee table. They looked under the tables. Nope. They looked behind a dictionary stand. No way. They even looked very carefully in the return bin. Nada. But then they found it, stuck right to the hand-carved bulletin board made of weeping willow wood at the main entrance. Official notice. Position available. Master of Tales and Magic. Extremely silly? Do you know how to treat books? A smile wide enough to lighten up the biography section. Happy frog dance. The Willow Falls Library is currently searching for a storyteller who understands that a library is not just a building, but it is a living treasure chest. I love that. The ideal candidate must be a master of volume. You must be able to roar like a mountain giant, but whisper like a falling willow leaf. Extremely silly. Bonus giggles for anybody who can do the happy frog dance without falling over. You gotta have splayed toe beans, that's what I always say. And a guardian of the pages. You must treat every book with petting hands. No dog earring, no rough page turning, and definitely no crumbs in the pages. And you know what crumbs I'm talking about. Them herbal granola bars in the green wrapper. No. The fine print then read, must have a smile wide enough that lights up the biography section. The three children read the ad, not once, but twice. They then went to ponder what this ad could mean. Extremely silly. Yeah, no, I heard. Knows how to treat books. I mean, we all do. We do. And a smile wide enough to light up the biography section, squeaked Luna, covering her mouth with a giggle. They looked at each other and wondered who could possibly be that silly and careful with books. I don't know. They were about to give up and just go check the nonfiction aisle one more time when they heard it. Boing, boing, boing. A giant shadow wearing an iridescent raincoat that shimmered and shined appeared in the doorway. It adjusted its spectacles, clicked on its lantern, ding, and gave a famous glowing grin. Oh! The shimmering figure shook her iridescent sleeves, making a sound of 1,000 tiny bells. She adjusted the glowing lantern and leaned in close. Well, you three look like you have adventure in your eyes. Just the team I need. But tell me, do you know why the children's section is so quiet? It's because the stories have fallen asleep. And we're the ones who have to wake them up. I am Mrs. Red, she announced with a voice that hummed like a happy little beehive. Master of tales, guardian of the pages, and the only frog in the 7, not 9, kingdoms who can recite a dictionary while standing on one foot. Miss Red and the children settled in for the infinite book of giggles. Are you all ready for an adventure? Once there was a dragon named Barnaby, and he was a very green, grumpy dragon. I tried to blow a fire, but it only came out like a puff, grumped Barnaby. Poor Barnaby! Along came a silly little fox named Felicity, and she had a tail the color of fire and danced everywhere she walked. Roar, grumble, rumble! Felicity did a spin. She did a hop. She did a happy frog dance right on Barnaby's nose and booped right on the snoot. Barnaby looked at Felicity. Felicity gave a glowing grin, and then it happened. The grump, it just went away, and the giggles stayed forever. Barnaby didn't roar. And Barnaby didn't grumble. Oh, no. Barnaby let out a tiny little fire giggle. Thank you, dear adventurers, for bringing the story back to life by listening and laughing with me. Until next time, little adventurer, this is the Secret Storyteller of Willow Falls by Bexley �𝐷𝐿𝐷 Locklyn. Yay! This was so cute! I love the imagery. It's very pretty, and even in the writing. Thank you. Oh, I can't wait. That's so cool. You gotta find what the Now you must close or open every story time with this book. I feel, yeah. You gotta find out what the librarians were up to. It did say that they were doing something with brass that was super secret. So were they tacking up more posters? Is brass money? I don't know. Oh, buttons and blankets. Maybe they were in the restricted section. And it was the locks on the cabinets of the restricted books for spooky Halloween stuff. I don't know. I love it. It was great. We have hit halftime. Yes, I am dancing. So what about it? Don't forget to pick up your shirt while you're here. It's not going anywhere. It'll be right here for the next hour. But I don't want you to forget, because I already forgot my left from my right several times. So it's possible you might forget your shirt. But don't. You don't want to do that. We got some silly giggles going, and I feel like maybe the rhyming princess would be a good one. Hey, Yummy, Emily. Yeah, a little bug. Is it like a really like a little bug? I'm trying to look. Oh, you mean a little baby? I thought you meant a little bug. She's your little bug. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Miss Huntsy. I caught my sneeze. It ain't gonna get me today. Not gonna get me today. See you then. The Rhyming Princess, written by, oh my, Ethlejoy Smith. That's a fun one. Yes, look at this art. How very Bridgerton. Once upon a time there was a princess named Selina, who always spoke in rhyme. Her family loved her, but they found this very annoying. When her family wished her good morning at breakfast, she said, "Please speak clearly. Do not mutter, father. Could you please pass the butter?" Ugh! Selina, why can't you talk properly like other people? Asked her sister Amelia. Selina said, "To talk this way is right for me. Now why is that so hard to see?" "Oh my God, you're just showing off," said Amelia with a toss of her head. "That's enough!" cried their father, the king. He was so annoyed that his crown slipped down over one eye. "I won't have this arguing at breakfast. Just eat without any talking, rhyming or not rhyming. How about that?" When the two princesses had left the breakfast table, the queen asked the king, "What shall we do about Selina? She can't go through life talking in rhyme." "Ugh, we will have to do something," sighed the king. "People will laugh at her. After all, she is a princess. Hello, I'm king. Hello." Yes, darling, I hear. So the king and the queen sent for the best doctors in the world. The doctors asked Selina to open her mouth real wide. They peered down in her throat, they x-rayed her and took her temperature, but they couldn't find anything really wrong with her. Selina became very angry. "If rhymes don't please the queen and king, I'll never say another thing." And she refused to speak from that day onward. Oh, well, case closed, book over, Dad and Mom happy. Or were they? Selina's family missed her rhyming speech. The king and queen wished they had left things as they were. They decided to send messengers far and wide, asking if anyone knew how to solve the problem of their daughter no longer rhyming. The days passed, but still Selina refused to talk. Then one day, a young man arrived at the palace and asked to speak to the Princess Selene. "I don't think so," shouted the king. "She hasn't spoken to anyone for ages. Why would she speak to you?" But he sent for the princess anyway. When Selina came into the room, the young man began to speak to her in rhyme. "Princess, I heard of you one day in Rhyming Kingdom far away. There we all love rhyming too. In fact, we all speak just like you." Princess Selina began to smile and her eyes sparkled. The young man went on. "In Rhyming Kingdom, if you choose, you can make a speech or read the news. If you decide to come with me, you can rhyme all day quite happily." Princess Selina's smile became a laugh, and then she spoke for the first time in weeks. "May I go, dear family? This Rhyming Kingdom is for me. You can visit father, mother, bring my sister and my brother." So they all visited the Rhyming Kingdom. The king and queen agreed that Selina could stay, and in that land of rhyme and laughter she lived happily ever after. The Rhyming Princess by Ethlejoy Smith. Yay! I love that. Precious. I love a good rhyming book. I have so many, but they're all Halloween based. But once you get going, you get going, you know? Yeah, get going. Now let's see. We got the party and the fancy dress party. I don't know which one comes first. Wow, 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 wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. There is a neon rainbow arrow that points to a lovely t-shirt made by Bexley 𝐷𝐷𝐿. You do not want to forget to pick that up. Yep, it's a Storytime shirt. There's a frog on it. You had heard it, but don't worry, we're filming for YouTube, so you'll hear it later if you listen to the video. But we just read the book made by Bexley 𝐷𝐷𝐿. It was great, beautiful storytelling, and also imagery in word and in picture. You'll catch it. Don't worry. I think we'll read it forever now. Oh, and we're gonna put it in the Frog Museum. I have to link y'all that. It's right next to the bog. You can't miss it. Okay, you said fancy dress party. I got you. Another frog for the Frog Museum. You know, I have a lady on my friends list. I don't know if you've met her yet. Her name is Sugar, but I like to affectionately refer to her as Bingo Lady Sugar because she always hosts bingo everywhere. She gives me a frog every day almost. I like different colored frogs. Sugar's great. Yeah, I see you know. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love when my worlds collide. If you haven't done Sugar Bingo, man. See, okay, so here's the funniness. She wants to read, and I keep trying to tell her, like, maybe we can swap. We'll do like a Freaky Friday where I do the bingoing and she does the reading. And she's like, no, the kids are going to hate me. And I'm like, no, they're going to love you. So I think I got to work with her on it. Yeah, she does, Ella. But I'm sorry, if we're already at bingo, we've been scared and we're still there. So it's fine. You have to meet her. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, every Wednesday she does. Well, she's starting again. Let me see here. She's been kind of sickly, Bickly. Her next bingo is surprisingly on a Sunday on April 5th. And here's the funniness with that. It's old people bingo. So the concept is it's held in an SL retirement home, and you are to come like a little old person. Yes. And I've seen some old people, like kid costumes. I think it's for the toddly-do body with a little walker and robe and a little cap. So just think jammies. Maybe you could find some �𝐢𝐥𝐥𝐬 wrinkles or something. Yeah, get a wheelchair. I'm going to go to that. It's been on my calendar. Oh gosh, she's had them planned for months. But the old people bingo is only happening 3 times, and the next one isn't until May. So I definitely don't want to miss the April 5th one. Because I missed the one from last month, and the pictures were amazing. People really committed to the bit on that. And there's a gacha there where you can play to get a little cane or a little med life alert button that you can press, and it'll be like, so-and-so's pressed your EpiPen, so and other people can click your life alert button. It's so funny. What time is it? Okay, that's a good question. Let me look at my calendar. Oh, that's my March calendar. Oh, you look at my April calendar. You know, I don't have a time, but Sass should have a time. Let's see, Sugar, Sass. Oh, wow, they're both offline. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Bingo. I have the poster somewhere. I just gotta find. Here we go. 5 p.m. SLT. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing, Kilolo. Yes. Oh, man, you can't. Dang, Benny, I'm sorry. That's �𝐢𝐥𝐥𝐬 link is a screen grab of the poster. In case everybody was like, what is this link? I ain't clicking that. It's safe, don't worry. It says dentures and daubers. Grab your bingo cards, slip into your comfiest slippers, and get ready for a hilariously cozy night of laughs, prizes, and good old-fashioned fun. Hosted by the Mama Bears team in support of Relay for Life of Second Life, this granny-themed bingo bash brings big smiles for a big cause. Come giggle, dab, and help us raise funds in the fight against cancer, because even the golden years can go bold for hope. April 5th at 5 p.m. SLT. Oh, and you best believe I'm going. I'm going to get my slippies on. Gonna get a robe or something. I have a cane. It makes me hobble. I'll bring my life alert and my throwable bingo daubers because I have one of them. Maybe my little pill collectible. You have, Monday through Sunday, they have one of them. Yes! I'll have to show you the gotcha after this. It's great. Maybe she could do bingo here at Willow Falls. Oh, she'd probably love that. Yeah. Maybe we could do the Freakier Friday thing here. Look at us. Yes, that'd be perfect. Yes, she would love that. She won't know what'll hit her, but she wants to read so bad. And she's like, what if we did a bouncy castle bingo again? And I read during that. And I'm like, nah, that's too much. That's too busy. We need a stationary reading. Although I've never thought to read in a bouncy house myself. Maybe I should do that for Halloween this year. I want to sound like I was jumping, though. That may get difficult. I want to commit to that bit. Okay. Well, that's my random stuff. I do so much. I'm in everything. I don't know how else to tell you. Do jumping jacks while you read? Oh yeah, that would be. You're right. You're probably right, but that would sound kind of crazy. We are dipping our toe into the realm of Princess Poppy. Princess Poppy is very excited about the annual fancy dress party and is desperate to win the prize for the best costume this year. But when cousin Saffron refuses to make one for her, Poppy is very disappointed indeed. What is she going to do? Well, we gotta find out what happens and who wins first prize. At the Fancy Dress Party by Janey Louise Jones. This is your invitation. Every spring, Madame Angelwing arranged a fancy dress party for all the children in Honeypot Hill. This year, the theme was ballerinas and pirates. Please come to Madame Angelwing's ballerina and pirates party on Saturday at the Village Hall. RSVP, prize for the best costume. Wait, what costume, Benny? For the ballerinas and the pirates or for Miss Sugar's? Wait, old people bingo? Hold up. Pause, Poppy. Old people? Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. Click. Oh my gosh, look at them old dude loafers. And the little mustache. That reminds me, I got a little mustache. I'll have to show you guys. It's a leaf. Okay. Random. We'll do that after Poppy's princess. That's so random. I'm sorry. Poppy couldn't wait. Oh my gosh, it's Susky!
Susky!
If you couldn't tell, I have ADHD. And okay, we'll just pack that up. Poppy couldn't wait, so she wanted to win the prize for the best costume. We all did. She ran to her room, looked through her ballet storybook, and settled upon dressing up as Princess Odette from Swan Lake, her favorite ballet. If Cousin Saffron makes the costume for me, I'll definitely win, Poppy said to herself. Hi, Saffron! Will you make me a Princess Odette costume for the fancy dress party? asked Poppy breathlessly as she entered the pretty little shop. But, I mean, it's much more fun if you make your own costume, and it's not really fair on the others if I make yours for you, replied Saffron. Oh, but I really want to win first prize this year. Please help me, please, begged Poppy. Saffron thought for a moment. I've got an idea, she said. Bring all your friends here, right after school tomorrow. I'll find some old sequins, feathers, bows, ribbons, and we'll have a sewing bee. I'll help you with all the tricky bits. How does that sound? I think that's pretty fair. Perfect. Yes. Thank you so much, said Poppy. I'll go and tell all the girls. And the boys if they like, laughed Saffron. The next day, Poppy and all her friends arrived at Saffron's shop. Honey wanted to be the sugar plum fairy. Mimosa wanted to be Cinderella. Sweet Pea wanted to be Sleeping Beauty. Abigail wanted to be Giselle. And Charlie and Alfie wanted to be swashbuckling pirates. Day of the party came at last, and they all looked wonderful in their homemade outfits. And when it came time to choosing the best costume, Madame 𝐼𝐿𝐥𝐥𝐬 simply couldn't decide. So she gave each and every one of them their own special prize. One most sparkly, most dainty, and so on. You're all winners because you worked so hard on your wonderful costumes, said Madame 𝐼𝐿𝐥𝐿𝐥𝐬. Yippee! Smiled Poppy. I have won a prize! I am a fancy dress princess. We have most fearsome pirate, most princessy, most twinkly, and most graceful. The end of who the winner was at the fancy dress party. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna find my little mustache before I forget again and show you how I must ask you a question. You're not gonna believe me when I show you. Let me see. I just got it. I was at a mermaid sim and they're having a hunt there and you can get it too. Yeah, the leaf stash. Thank you, Kama. Oh, let me find it. It's in my frog head. Ha ha! It's everything. Look at it! Oh my god! Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to. My name's Fraud. It's spelled like. Well, I guess that's not how that's spelled. I guess it's Frad, like Chad. Oh yes, Bexley. Let me look. Let me see. If you got a mustache, put it on. Oh my gosh. Is that a little sticker? A little scribble? Oh my gosh, look at all your frog stickers. Wow, you were ready. That's great. I'm wearing this the rest of the... I'm not taking it off. You'll have to look at me like this. Maybe I'll wear this to my old people bingo costume. Seems right. Ooh. The Toad and the Frog series. Ribbons made a beard? Oh. That sounds cool. I can't wait to see that. I bet it's sparkly and has glitter and it's probably pastel. Was like a long time ago there was a beard, maybe I think it was a gotcha, and I say a long time, it was over 6 years ago now, that had little tiny ornaments, Christmas ornaments you could hang in the beard in SL. Now that I'm done. Yeah, it was a mermaid hunt. I'm trying to think. I think it's called the Fae Fairy. I will send you the landmark, Fallon. It's there. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Now it's not a free hunt, but things range from, I want to say, 10 linden to 50 linden, which is like a weekend sale, so that's not bad. And there's different colors of the leafy mustache. I just got it in the spring time color, but there's a fall one, I think a winter one. Now, in case you need a little wintry mustache. We're back to Princess Poppy. Now, we were just at the fancy dress party, but we're going to the party now. Oh, Bella, thank you. I I don't know what that is. I'm excited to see what it is. I gotta res it. Wait, maybe I'll just wear it. Where is it at? Oh my gosh! You have no clue how much I've wanted one of these. Where'd you get that? Wow, thank you. Oh yeah, I'm not taking that off. That's staying on. How neat! Thank you. Yeah, I've been pretty toasty. I actually did just put my AC on here in my little room. Oh, it has different holds. Oh my gosh! I'm easily distracted if y'all couldn't tell. Oh my goodness, I can fan you off. There you go. Eh. I, Bexley, exactly. It snowed. I don't even know what it's doing. Yesterday it was 70 degrees. Today it's like 84, and then on Monday it drops to 40 something. What? I've had to switch from heat to air to heat to air. 38, 2 inches of snow. I wish I had a weather book about that. Exactly. I feel sickly Bo Bickley as well lately. I'm really hoping I'm not. It hasn't affected my voice yet, so I feel like once that does, then I'll know. But until then, I'm Gucci. Honestly, Fallon, we were in the same boat, and I looked at Kama yesterday like, I gotta put the heat back on. He's like, go ahead, but tomorrow we gotta put the air back on. I'm like, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Uh, are are they called dogwood trees?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the majority of those trees are the male version of the trees, and they are the ones that actively produce pollen, whereas the female trees are not normally planted, and they don't. And that is intentional. Uh-huh. Why? History. We can Google that later, but it's an actual thing. Yeah, well, one, because they're not as pretty, but two, there was like a whole thing about it. It's a whole thing. I'm very allergic to the outside, funnily enough, as a frog, but it's true. It's not nice to me, but it's beautiful. I love it. They also stink. Everybody has the same sentiment there. Pollen is awful. Yes. That's kind of good though. You don't want to be. It's bad when you look outside and you're staring at your vehicle, your frogmobile, and you think, I don't remember getting that in yellow paint. Oh, it's pollen. Yeah, frogmobile. I even have a frog phone. It's a flip phone. Beep. A little pond. Or in brown splotches, that's right. Yes. And it does flip. How fitting, that's right. I used to wear this thing that Junk Fu made. It was a froggy flip. Every time somebody bumped me, I'd ribbit and flip, but then people started getting real startled by it, so I took it off. The dang leaves. Mm-hmm. Yellow dust and buggies in your car grill. Ew. Ew, gross. I don't like that. I'm imagining people that ride motorcycles with all the buggies. That's all I'm thinking about. Oh, my dudeness. I like that. No. They're face grills. No shield. Yeah. With bugs in your teeth. Hey, now, there ain't nothing wrong with bugs in your teeth. Okay. If you don't want them, you can pass them over here. I'll take them. Except for lightning bugs. We have an arrangement. I will not eat them. A motorcycle, Mama! Heck yeah. You can have my worm, I'm sorry. A balaclava. That sounds so fun. Balaclava. It sounds like dessert. Isn't that dessert? Baklava. I see the difference. Thank you. But somebody needs to make a balaclava, the other one, the mask variant, with the texture of the dessert. Hello, welcome in. You've joined us at our We've Derailed moment again because the rules are made up and this is how my brain works, like a radio. We did. Hey, I'm just impressed you guys are keeping on the same wavelength. That's the enjoyable part for me, is that the crowd hasn't gone stale. Everybody else is like, oh yeah, now we're on to this. You're so sweet, you give me sugar rush. Comma. That sounds very southern. Like a pitcher of sweet tea. This video is going to be so chaotic. It's already chaotic live, and for that I am slightly sorry, but you're getting unabridged versions of me. It's because I said y'all. No, it's part of the charm. Oh, good. Oh, well, Princess Poppy has been waiting to go to the party again. We're going to go back to that party. That's why you make the big one. Yeah. Janey 𝐖𝐢𝐥𝐥𝐬 hopefully will get us and our silly Willies out, Ribbit, to the limit. Dang it. I'm not reading chat no more. Yeah, I folded my arms. We've been silent. It's Honey's birthday, and she's throwing a party at a place called Cornsilk Castle. That sounds not good for your teeth. There's going to be a magic show, party games, and yummy birthday tea. You can tell it's springtime. Everybody wants to drink tea. Poppy is very excited, and things start to go wrong when she becomes envious of one of Honey's presents and decides to borrow it. I don't think that's the right word, but okay. Find out what happens and whether Poppy's princess qualities will shine through in the end. Uh-oh. The party featuring Mum, Princess Poppy, Honey, and Granny Bumble. Bubble too, I guess. Poppy put on her prettiest pink party dress. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Poppy put on her prettiest pink party dress. Poppy put on her Poppy put on her prettiest pink party dress. Today was Honey's birthday, and she was having a party in Cornsilk Castle. And Poppy was very excited. Comma. Honey was... I can't... Poppy was very excited, and Honey was standing at the entrance at her friend's arrival. Thank you, she smiled as everyone handed her their prettily wrapped presents. Happy birthday, Honey, said Poppy as she passed her best friend the gift that she had made for her. Honey carefully undid the ribbon, then opened the paper to reveal a little felt mouse pin cushion. It's so cute, she exclaimed. I love it. When Honey had opened her presents, Granny Bumble told everyone that it was time for the magic show. As the children sat down in the large circle, chattering with excitement, the magician rode into the room on a unicycle. Hello, boys and girls, I'm Vanishing Victor. Prepare to be amazed! Poof! He made a fluffy bunny come out of his hat. Then a shiny coin magically appeared from Honey's shoe. Next, he pulled a whole stream of colored silk handkerchiefs from his sleeve. And finally, he made a playing card disappear and then reappear in Poppy's bag. Everyone clapped and cheered, wishing that the show could go on, but Vanishing Victor was already pedaling towards the door. After the magic show, it was time for the party games. They played Pass the Parcel, musical chairs, sleeping lions, and pin the tail on the pony. Then it was tea time. What kind of tea? I don't know. Could have been green tea, black tea, chamomile. Delicious, said Poppy as she spotted the yummy-looking cheese and cucumber sandwiches, frosted honey buns, chocolate-smothered strawberries, and fairy cake. Everyone tucked in. Then Granny Bumble brought in a ballerina birthday cake. Honey and all her guests gasped. It was the most amazing cake they had ever seen. All too soon, it was time for the guests to go home. Honey gave each of her friends 2 iced fairy cakes in a pretty gold box and thanked them for coming. When everyone had left, she and Poppy gathered the presents together, and then they went back to Honey's house to have a proper look at all her birthday things. There was a cute wooden squirrel, an arts and crafts set filled with paints, crayons, paper, and glue. There was a rag doll, a ballet case, a fairy outfit, pretty clothes, exciting books, and a pony grooming kit. The final gift was a gorgeous necklace. Wow, who gave you that? Asked Poppy. Oh, I think that one's from Miss Mallow, replied Honey, turning back to her pony grooming kit. Just then, the phone rang in the hall. It was Honey's mum and Dad calling from America. Honey rushed off excitedly. Poppy, well, she couldn't take her eyes off of that beautiful necklace. Each bead was the palest pink and shaped just like a rosebud. It would go so well with her dress. Poppy felt as if the necklace was made for her, and she wished more than anything that it was hers. At the moment, her thoughts were interrupted by Granny Bumble. Poppy, she called from the kitchen. You promised your mum you'd be home by now. You better get going, sweetheart. Okay, Granny Bumble. Thank you for the lovely party, replied Poppy as she gathered her things together. When Poppy got home, she went to her bedroom. She sat on her bed and opened her bag. Inside was the necklace. She fastened it around her neck and admired herself in the mirror. Right, so Jill, you were stealing my sweater, the necklace, Jill. When Mum called her down for supper, Poppy quickly hid the beads in her pocket and went to sit at the table. How was the party? Asked Mum. Oh, it was really fun, said Poppy. There was a magician, we played loads of games, Granny Bumble made a delicious birthday tea. Oh, you should see all of Honey's amazing presents. She's so lucky. As Poppy started to tell Mom all about the presents, the phone rang. That was Granny Bumble. One of Honey's presents has gone missing. A string of pink beads. She thought maybe you'd seen them, Mom said. Poppy went bright red. Um, uh, no, no, I haven't, she replied and stood up to get herself a drink. But as she did, something fell from her pocket. Hmm, what are those then? Asked Mum. Poppy burst into tears. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just the honey had so many presents already, and I just really borrowed the beads, really, she sobbed. Oh, Poppy, did honey know that you were borrowing them? She shook her head. Well, and it's not borrowing then, said Mum. They don't belong to you, so you shouldn't have taken them. I know, Poppy admitted, already feeling very sorry for what she had done. Well, what are you going to do? Said Mum. Um, I'll take the beads back and say sorry, suggested Poppy. Mum nodded. Poppy had butterflies in her tummy as she rang Honey's doorbell. The door opened. Poppy took a deep breath. You can't find your pink beads because, well, I took them. I was just borrowing them. I was going to bring them back tomorrow, she explained. I'm really, really sorry. Well, at least she brought them back now, Poppy, said Granny Bumble. Come on in. Oh, Poppy, said Honey, hugging her best friend. I would have let you borrow them if only you'd have asked. You know, I don't even like pink. Thank you. Whew. Poppy smiled. She felt so much better and was so glad that Honey wasn't cross with her. As they left Honey's, Poppy was deep in thought. Mum, am I still a princess? She asked. Yes, you'll always be a princess, as long as you don't do anything that naughty ever again, replied Mum firmly. When they got home, Mum disappeared upstairs and came back with some beautiful pink beads, even lovelier than Honey's. Poppy, these belong to my mom, and I want you to have them because you've been very brave and faced up to what you did today. Thank you, smiled Poppy as Mum put the necklace on her. They're gorgeous, and I promise, I do, to always behave like a true princess from now on. The end of Princess Poppy, the party. Yeah, that was intense. Ooh, Bexley. Oh, Bexley. Accidents are different. You okay? Still may not feel good, but it wasn't intentional. I like that. I like that, comma. One time, when I was under the age of 5, we were in the mall, and my mom and dad were weaving me through the purses that were dangling from the rack at, we'll say, at Slacy Penny's. And this really pink purse was just dangling, and I put it in my lap, and I thought, cool, I'll just hold this all through the store. I love it. It's like a little pillow, but with a strap. It's great. And we got all the way to the car, and my dad picked me up out of my stroller and went to put me in and was like, where did you get that? And I'm like, the rack? Turns out you can't just do that. You have to pay for things, a concept that was very foreign to me in my very young mind. I didn't even know what money was. So they took us back into the store, told the cashier what happened, and I want to say on like my 6th or 7th birthday, I opened up a present and it was the pink purse. I carried that bag. It was we'll call it a Slarby bag, all the way until I was at least in middle school. Um, my mom was like, when are you going to stop carrying that thing? It's a child's bag. And I'm like, I love it. I've loved it since I was little. Yeah. Yep. So I would like to think that was an accident because I didn't have a concept of money. But if I would have had a concept of money, then that would have not been an accident. Mm-hmm. And I definitely have never done anything like Poppy here. That's diabolical. That's a good word for that. Taking from your friend without being like, hey girl, can I borrow this necklace? Cool. I'm just going to wear it with my dress real quick. I'll get back to you tomorrow at school. Like, what? That's insane. Mm-mm-mm. Nope. She's lucky that Honey wasn't cross with her, but I think Grandma Bumble was, that's for sure. Right? I feel that. Same. Just like Paulette, the pinkiest puppy in the world. It's easy to be sad or embarrassed or in hardcore tears because you feel different than everybody else. Join Paulette as she learns that you should love yourself just the way you are. Written by Tim Bugbird. Yes, that is his last name. Illustrated by Stuart Lynch. All right, Mr. Bugbird, what we got? Wow, you can't see me. John Cena. Paulette, the pinkiest puppy in the world. Frog Cena. Exactly. I love it. This is the tale of a puppy. A puppy whose name was Paulette. She was much like her brothers and sisters, with a difference you'd never forget. She had big, big eyes, like her sister Bessie, and floppy ears like her brother Dale. And just like her cousin Jessie, the cutest curly tail. But one quite remarkable feature meant Paulette was never in sync. A truly unusual creature, Paulette was totally pink. Wow. Not gold or brown, not black or white, not green or red or blue, or purple or yellow with dots and stripes. Paulette was too pink to be true. This would have been fine and dandy for a piglet, a starfish, or bird. But a puppy the color of candy? Pah, the idea was simply absurd. Wherever she went, puppies would point and say, "Well, look at that." Paulette looked silly. I mean, really. So she tried to hide under a hat. But the trouble with wearing a big floppy hat, while it covered up some of the pink, was she'd bump into things with a bang and a splat. It drove Paulette to the brink. And then one day she had a fall, and it was truly the final straw. Her face covered up, and she saw nothing at all, and tripped on a trike to the floor. She knocked herself out, but as soon as she came around, she was grabbed, and she grabbed what she thought was a post. But the post was a ladder, not stuck to the ground. "Oh no," she thought, "I'm toast." As the ladder wobbled, it knocked a pail of paint that was high on the sill. The puppies below began to wail, "Look out, it's going to spill!" And it says, "Shades of Pink." The petrified pups simply froze. They didn't have time to think. Covered in gunk from their heads to their toes, their coats were sticky and pink. The goop would not wash out, and nor would the goo go. So Paulette's mom took out her clippers. There was only one thing she could possibly do, but it gave the poor pups the shivers. Bzzz. Paulette's mom clipped each one. It felt like such a shame. But the puppies saw when the job was done, underneath they were all the same. "You're not so different after all," said Mom to Paulette with a wink. And when they look back, I think they'll recall it was nice to be a bit pink. It could have been disastrous that day had Paulette not been the kind to look at things a different way. From the fuss, a thought sprung to mind. She opened a salon, Pink Cuts and more, giving podicures, perms, and dyes. She was the bark of the park, ruff, ruff, and now everyone saw Paulette through a fresh pair of eyes. Her clientele was the smartest in town, with coats combed, braided, and curled, and Paulette became famous for miles around for being the happiest pup in the world. The end. Oh, Paulette, the pinkiest puppy in the world. Okay, let me hear your howls. Let me hear your howls. Oh, yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. I love that. This is another book that I have. I got this at, we'll call it Slarget. And it is, like, genuinely this big in real life. It's so long, I had to lay it down because I couldn't fit it vertically in my bookcase. Oh, we have time. I want to read another one. I want to read another throwback book. Who here likes lima beans? Oh no! Oh no! You froed up. Oh good, Benny, you're safe. Comma, yeah, they are pretty good in soup. Well, have you ever heard about the bad case of the stripes? You wish you liked them? Well, I'll say right now, my mom read me this book when I was really little, and this is what made me like lima beans. I was so scared. This just put it all into perspective for me. Lima beans, good. The stripes, bad. I love this book. This is my favorite book. I've actually seen a lady on Slintstagram turn herself into this as a cosplay for Halloween a couple years ago. It was so good. Perfect. It was perfect. Well, this is A Bad Case of the Stripes by David Shannon. This book is so old. I've had it since Sprunky Winks. If you know, you know. Okay. A Bad Case of the Stripes by David Shannon. Camellia Cream loved lima beans, but she never ate them. All her friends hated lima beans, and she wanted to fit in. Camilla was always worried about what other people thought of her. Today she was fretting even more than usual. It was the first day of school, and she couldn't decide what to wear. So many people to impress. She tried on 42 outfits, but none seemed quite right. She put on a pretty red dress and looked in the mirror and then screamed. Her mother ran into the room and screamed too. "Oh my heavens!" she cried. You're completely covered with stripes." This was certainly true. Camilla was covered from head to toe. She looked like a rainbow, like the arrow next to us to get your shirt. Mrs. Cream felt Camilla's forehead. "Do you feel all right?" she asked. "Yeah, I feel fine," Camilla answered. "But, I mean, look at me." "You get back in bed this instant, okay? You're not going to school today," her mother ordered. Camilla was relieved. She didn't want to miss the first day of school, but she was afraid of what the other kids would say, and she had no idea what to wear with all those crazy stripes. That afternoon, Dr. Bumble came to examine Camilla. "Most extraordinary," he exclaimed. "I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Are you having any coughing, sneezing, runny nose, aches, pains, chills, hot flashes, dizziness, drowsiness, shortness of breath, or uncontrollable twitching?" No, Camilla told him. "I feel fine." "Well, then," Dr. Bumble said, turning to Mrs. Cream. "I don't see any reason why she shouldn't go to school tomorrow. Here's some ointment that should help clear up those stripes in a few days. If it doesn't, you know where to reach me." And off he went. The next day was a disaster. Everyone at school laughed at Camilla. They called her Camilla Crayon and the Night of the Living Lollipop. She tried her best to act as if everything were normal, but when the class said the Pledge of Allegiance, well, her stripes turned red, white, and blue, and she broke out everywhere in stars. The other kids thought this was great. One yelled out, "Let's see some purple polka dots." Sure enough, Camilla turned all purple polka dotty. Someone else shouted, "Checkerboard!" and a pattern of squares covered her skin. Soon everyone was calling out different shapes and colors. Poor Camilla, well, she was changing faster than you can change channels on a TV. That night, Mr. Harms, the school principal, called. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Cream," he said. I'm going to have to ask that you keep Camilla home from school. She's just far too much of a distraction. I've been getting calls left and right from other parents all day today. They're afraid those stripes may be, well, you know, contagious." Milla was so embarrassed. She couldn't believe that 2 days ago everybody liked her, and now nobody wanted to be in the same room as her. Her father tried to make her feel better. "Is there anything I can get you, sweetheart?" he asked. "No, thank you," sighed Camilla. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lima beans, but she had been laughed at enough for one day. Well, yes, I see," Dr. Bumble mumbled when Mr. Cream phoned the next day. "I think I'd better bring in the specialist. We'll be right over." About an hour later, Dr. Bumble arrived with 4 people in long white coats. He introduced them to the Creams. "This is Dr. Grop, Dr. Sponge, Dr. Cricket, and Dr. Young." Then the specialists went to work on Camilla. They squeezed and jabbed, tapped and tested. It was very uncomfortable. "Well, it is not the mumps," concluded Dr. Grop. "Or the measles," said Dr. Sponge. "Definitely not chicken pox," put in Dr. Cricket. "Or sunburn," said Dr. Young. "Try these," said the specialist. They each handed her a bottle filled with different colored pills. "Take one of each before bed," said Dr. Grop. Then they filed out the front door, followed by Dr. Bumble. That night, Camilla took her medicine. It was awful. When she woke up the next morning, she didn't feel different, but when she got dressed, her clothes didn't fit right. She looked in the mirror, and there, staring back at her, was a giant multicolored pill with her face on it. Dr. Bumble rushed over as soon as Mrs. Cream called, but this time, instead of the specialist, he brought the experts. Dr. Gord and Mr. Mellon were the finest scientific minds in the land. Once again, Camilla was poked and prodded, looked at and listened to. The experts wrote down lots of numbers, then they huddled together and whispered. Dr. Gord finally spoke first. "It very well could be a virus," he announced, with authority. Suddenly, fuzzy little virus balls appeared all over Camilla. I see, yeah. "Or possibly some form of bacteria, you think?" said Mr. Mellon. Out popped squiggly little bacteria tails. "Oh, it could be a fungi, fungus, if you will," added Dr. Gord. And instantly, Camilla was covered with different colored fungus blotches. The experts looked at Camilla, then at each other. We need to go over these numbers again back at the lab." "Yeah, oh, I agree," Dr. Gord explained. "We'll call you when we know something. Right now we know nothing." But the experts didn't have a clue, and much less, really, a cure. By now, the TV news had found out about Camilla. Reporters from every channel were outside of her house, telling the story of the bizarre case of the incredible changing kid. Soon, a huge crowd was camped out on the front lawn. The Creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbalists, nutritionists, psychics, and an old medicine man, a guru, and even a veterinarian. Each so-called cure only added to poor Camilla's strange appearance, until it was hard to even recognize her. She sprouted roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long furry tail, but nothing worked. One day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist claimed that she could cure Camilla. "Close your eyes," she said. "Breathe deeply and become one with your room." "Oh, I wish you hadn't said that," Camilla groaned. Slowly and she started to melt into the walls of her room. Her bed became her mouth, her nose was a dresser, and 2 paintings were her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran from the house. "What are we going to do?" cried Mrs. Cream. "It just keeps getting worse and worse." She began to sob. At that moment, Mr. Cream heard a quiet little knock at the front door. He opened it, and there stood an old woman who was just as plump and as sweet as a strawberry. Excuse me," she said brightly, "but I think I can help."
Oh, please.
She went into Camilla's room and looked around. "My goodness," she said with a shake of her head. "What we have here is a bad case of stripes, and one of the worst I've ever seen." She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag. "Here," she said, "these might do the trick." "Are those magic beans?" asked Mrs. Cream. "Oh my, no," replied the kind old woman. "There's no such thing as magic beans. They're just plain old lima beans. I'll bet you'd like some, wouldn't you?" she asked Camilla. Camilla wanted a big, a heaping plate full of lima beans, more than just about anything, but she was afraid to admit it. "Yuck," she said. "No one likes lima beans. I mean, especially me." "Oh, dear," the woman said sadly. "Well, I guess I was wrong about you." She put the beans back in her bag and started toward the door. Camilla watched the old woman walk away. Those beans would taste so good. And being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what she'd been going through already. She finally couldn't stand it. "Wait!" she cried. "The truth is, I really love lima beans." "I thought so," the old woman said with a smile. She took a handful of beans and popped them into Camilla's mouth. "Mmm," said Camilla. Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggle tails began to disappear. Then the whole room swirled around. When it stopped, there stood Camilla, and everything was back to normal. "I'm cured!" she shouted. "Yes," said the old woman. "I knew the real you was in there somewhere." She patted Camilla on the head, and then she went outside and vanished into the crowd. Afterward, Camilla wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said she was weird, but she didn't care a bit. She ate all the lima beans she wanted, and she never had a touch of the stripes again. The end of a bad case of the stripes. Whew! And that's why you gotta eat a lima bean every once in a while. Wow, wow, wow. I mustache you to look at the time. We did it. A whole 2 hours of ADHD story time with me, Miss Red, here at the Willow Falls Library. I'd say we broke in the library quite well. We giggled, we laughed, we cried a little bit, we talked about snacks and candy, we put on mustaches, we got free t-shirts if you're baby size or little kid size, and a custom book. I had a blast, and I'm really hoping that you had a blast too. Don't forget, the library is open to the public. You can now venture inside. You do not have to use the powers of the bog stench to look at it now. I'm going to go peek. Thank you all so much for coming and joining me here. And stay tuned, because I'm pretty sure we're going to do something wild with Sugar and me in the future here. I hope you all have a great day, a good dinner, a lovely weekend. Thank you all so much for having me.
Thanks, you.
Froggy, waddle out.